Alright guys, Thursday, February the 4th, 2021, and we're just about ready to start sanding on the engine bay. We've got a bit more light on the situation, and you can see some of that graininess that I was talking about on that dry spray, in particular over in this area here and on this area here, and there's a few other areas of discoloration. You can just see under the lip probably that it sort of fades to a lighter blue where I didn't get good coverage. So those are the areas that I'm really sort of trying to fix up. There's a little area down here that the shading is different on as well. So we're going to fix that up. We're going to sand it down. We're going to seal it at some point with the black epoxy primer thin to be able to use that as a sealer before we apply our top coat. Our base coat of royal blue, or night watch blue is actually what I'm using. It's as close as I can get to royal blue. And then we'll hit it with that clear coat. So we're going to start the sanding process, and it's going to look a lot worse before it looks a lot better. Hopefully. Let's get going. Alright guys, I thought I'd just share part of the process with you. So first thing I'm doing is I'm kind of knocking down those really dry areas with 180 grit on a block or a pad, a soft pad. So the areas that you see sanded had some of the dry spray. There's some up here in the front as well where it's very difficult to spray at the front of the fenders. So after the 180, we're going to go back now, and I've got 400 dry, and we're going to resand that with 400 dry. Any areas that we break through, and I'm trying not to break through, but I can see an area over there that I've gone back through to metal, we're going to etch prime again before we move on to the next step. So that's the process. Trying not to break through, but we're trying to get out the imperfections out before we move on to the next step. Alright guys, we've got the initial sanding down to 400 grit dry, and we've used a red Scotch-Brite in the tough areas. And it's looking pretty good. So the next step is to wash this down with some soap and water, and we're going to be looking for shiny spots that we missed. So we'll go in, we'll fill up a bucket of water. I don't necessarily want to drag the hose out for this, so I think we'll just fill up a bucket of water, bring it out with a sponge and some soap, and we'll clean this up and see where we've missed it. Where we've missed, we're going to hit it again with, we'll probably go over the entire panel now with a gray Scotch-Brite, which is a little finer than the maroon Scotch-Brite, before we get ready to hit it with the sealer, which won't be until tomorrow at the earliest. I've still got to obviously make sure this is completely dry, which is going to take a while to dry this. Plus I have to mask up the entire car as well. So still a long ways to go, but that's the first step anyway. Alright, almost 75 degrees in the garage, just over 22 degrees Celsius. It's like Bermuda out here. Anyway, so we've done the first wash down of the engine bay to try to figure out where we've missed as far as sanding is concerned. So what we're looking for is shiny areas. So that area over there, for example, around those little wire ties for the wiring harness, which are deadly when it comes to sanding. That's probably why I've avoided that area. So that's telling me that I've missed sanding there. So we've got to go back and scuff that up. But the rest of the areas don't look too bad. We'll let it dry a little bit more. We're going to get the air gun out shortly as well, just to help it along getting all the water out of the nooks and crannies. But we'll now go back and hit any area that's showing up as shiny to make sure that we've scuffed it down appropriately before we move on to the next step. Alright guys, just washed it down a second time after doing a bit more sanding, so we'll let it dry fully and have another look. So I think we're probably on to the next step now after we check that. Like I said, there's a few areas that I need to reprime where I've sanded through to bare metal, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. One more thing, I did actually get a few more lights for the garage because I figured I needed a bit more light to paint with. So I've actually ordered some fluorescent or LEDs basically from Amazon that arrived today. And we're going to unpackage them and see what they look like. Alright, we've got our new lights installed. They are linkable. They are 6,500 lumens per bulb. You can link up to 6 of them. I did get 8 of them in total. I believe they're 20 watt per. So we've got them hooked up to the switch here. I just got them hooked up sort of hillbilly-ish with zip ties temporarily above the body tub. So let's see how they work out. Got them hooked up to the switch. Here we go. Bam. That should make it a little easier to paint, don't you think? Yeah, much better. Like I said, only temporary, so we'll take them down and we'll put them somewhere else once we finish the painting part. Okay, just back out in the garage after a quick break, and things are looking pretty darn good out here. I think it's masking time, so we are going to break out the masking paper and masking tape. We're going to tape up all these holes on the bulkhead, and we're going to mask off, obviously, where we don't want any paint or clear to go. So we're going to try to do a little bit better job than we normally do with that. I've had some instances with some overspray, for example, in the trunk happening, I believe, from when I was actually spraying the front of the car. So I've just got to be a bit more careful on doing cover-ups to prevent overspray. So we'll go ahead and do that now. It's going to take us a while to tape it, but the good thing is if we get this taped up tonight, we get it primered and maybe sanded tonight in just that one little area, that means that we can spray tomorrow. Tomorrow is relatively warm out. I think it's supposed to be +1 degrees Celsius tomorrow, so at least it won't be below 0. So we've got a little bit better chance of retaining some heat in the garage. Right now, I'm out here in my shorts. 76 degrees Fahrenheit almost. Holy cow. Anyway, we'll enjoy it while we can. Start getting the tape out. All right, guys, I'm not sure what time it is. Probably about 9 o'clock in the evening. Been out here for quite a while, lost track of time. So anyway, the car is now taped up, and we'll go over it again tomorrow. I did get the primer sprayed over there. Yes, I'm not using my car cover as a paint protection. There's actually film underneath this as well. I've just got it laid over top of that for some extra protection. Actually, I was lucky that I ordered this little roll of film off of Amazon, because I ended up using that mostly because I bought the wrong stuff. This is not what I was expecting. This is actually a clear shield, so it's like a sticky tape to put on the car, and that's definitely not what I want. So we managed to have enough of the Amazon stuff to be able to mask it not too badly. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to do one more coat of primer here. First thing we'll do is we'll sand that tomorrow and get that ready. And then we'll wipe it down with grease and wax remover, and we'll get ready to spray it with its first coat of sealer, followed by base coat, and then clear coat. So we're ready to go. One more thing, on the front valence, I haven't masked it very well because, first of all, I want to be able to shoot through here to get to the bottom of these wheel wells. Didn't do a very good job the last time. Secondly, the front valence get painted flat black anyway, so it's okay if I get a bit of overspray there on that area because I'm going to have to paint it again, probably with a rattle can anyway. So not too worried about that. Anyway, this is looking good. We'll clean it up like I said in the morning, and hopefully the spraying will go okay tomorrow. Cross your fingers. All right, guys, Friday morning, 8 a.m., and it's paint day today. We managed to keep the garage at 60 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. So we've got the heater cranked up this morning. We brought out another heater. This is an oil or wax-filled radiator style heater that's going to give us a little bit of an extra boost. We still have the dish style over there as well that we can plug in. I can just see the meter outside going like this. Anyway, so what we've done today is we're just going to clean the garage up as best as possible, get our materials organized, we'll get our guns out. We've got all of our guns stored away in there, as well as our D-cups and that kind of stuff, so we'll get that out and get that ready. We're going to get our epoxy primer off the floor and get that warmed up a little bit. I'm sure the garage floor is a little cold for that down there. So yeah, basically just prep and get ready to paint. Like I said, I got to wait for the garage to come up a temperature anyway. So we'll get all our materials sorted out. We'll get that primer sanded down to 400 grit. We'll get that cleaned up with grease and wax remover. We'll do one initial clean, then we'll do another clean just before we're ready to paint. So yeah, so it's on for today. Wish me luck. Here's your last shot of the crappy painted engine bay. Hopefully things will go well today. I'm going to take my time and do it right. Alright guys, just coming up to about 9 o'clock, and I think we're pretty much ready to go. We're just waiting for the temperature to come up. So we're up to about 65 Fahrenheit now. First wipe down with the grease and wax remover has been done. We're going to go back through with rubbing alcohol. I'm having to navigate my 240 volt plug, since the compressor and my little heater runs off the same plug. I have to continuously unplug one and plug the other one in. Not a bad thing, because obviously I'm not going to be running that heater when I'm painting anyway. It's just when the fumes clear out of the garage and I need to get more heat in the garage, I'm going to have to unplug the compressor and plug the heater back in. So it's going to be a bit of a joggle between the two. I got my gun set up over here. We're going to be using our mini jet, SATA mini jet 4400 BRP, so reduced pressure gun. We've got all our products here. I actually did find some fast reducer, Matrix brand, have a little bit left, so we'll use that up first before we go to the Limco that I bought. So we've got our epoxy sealer to go on first, so those are these two pieces here. And we've got our base coat second, and then we've got our clear coat down here as being third. We're going to be using a decup system, so we've got our cups sitting here. I'm going to use the small cups, a little bit more manageable in the engine bay as mentioned. So I'll probably have to refill that a couple of times to get through one coat on the engine bay. We'll see. Probably the sealer coat will probably need probably more than one cup. The base coat probably might be able to get by with one cup. We'll see. So we're going to do one coat of sealer. Actually, what we'll do is we'll probably hit these primered areas quickly with a quick coat of sealer, just to blacken those up a little bit before we do a full complete coat of sealer on the engine bay. That's going to be followed with 3 coats of base coat, and then we're going to do a minimum of 2 coats of clear. I prefer to do 3 if possible, but we'll see how the 2 goes, and then we'll go from there. I am going to do extended flash time since it's a little bit colder in the garage. I think most of the flash times are factored at about a 75 degree Fahrenheit temperature, so we're going to probably increase the flash times between coats between 10 and 15 minutes. We'll see. Anyway, so it's going to be a long day out here between all the flash timing between coats, but we're prepared for that. So hopefully it doesn't get too much colder during the day. It's actually hovering about 1 degree Celsius right now, but it drops down during the day to -8 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to try to get this done sooner than later. All right, guys, that's it for now. We'll stop talking. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to film this much as well while I'm painting. First of all, the camera won't be able to tolerate that. Second of all, I don't want the added distraction of having to manage a camera while I'm trying to paint in the engine bay. It's going to require me getting up under the car and pointing up. You don't want to see me getting down and up off the ground, I can tell you that. So that's it for now, guys. We'll start painting and we'll bring you back between segments. All right, guys, step 1 is done. Sealer coat of epoxy is done. Seems to have sprayed out okay. Definitely helps being able to get inside the car. So we'll let that flash off for at least probably 40 minutes. And we'll come back and have a look, and we'll move on to our base coat step. Alright, just mixing up our royal blue paint. We'll have a quick look at the flashed off epoxy. Looks good. So we'll give that a quick wipe down, and then we'll come back and we'll hit it with the Night Watch blue. Alright, wish me luck. Alright, second coat of base is on. Got 1 more to go, so we'll wait for this again to flash off. Do the final base coat, and then we'll move on to the clear coat. So far, so good. Alright guys, the third coat of the base coat is flashed off, so we're ready for the clear coat. So we're just going to break that out now, and hopefully that spray is okay. It's looking not too bad so far. There's still a few little areas that are not great, but it's going to be acceptable in my mind. So we'll go ahead and we'll clear coat it and do the best we can do. Alright guys, second coat of clear is on. Does have some dirt in it. Probably falling from the overhead lights, the overhead door tracks, but definitely better than it was. We're going to live with it anyway. Plus, I think what I'll do is I'll put an extra coat of clear on here so I can sand it down, wet sand it down, and polish it. So I think we'll do 1 more coat after this and we'll call it done, and hopefully it'll dry okay. Temperature's been dropping throughout the day. It's about -8 outside right now and actually snowing. So, hey, not a great day to be painting, but you got to do what you got to do. Alright, we'll come back 1 more time. Alright, third coat of clear is now on. I can't see any runs at the moment, but We'll wait for it to dry a little bit before we inspect it any further. I think it looks not too bad. It looks much better than it was. Again, there's some dirt that I'm going to have to sand out, but other than that, it was the color variations that were the problem before in the last spray out, and I think we've managed to get rid of those. So that's a good thing. So let's let it dry for a couple hours. I don't know what time it is at the moment. It's probably around 3 o'clock or so. So I've been spraying from just after 8 this morning. I think it's about 3. Might even be later than that. I haven't checked the clock. I just keep setting the timer over and over and over. So give me a couple hours. We'll come out, we'll unmask it, and we'll have a look then. All right, guys, just coming up to 6 p.m. and I've just come out to unmask the car. So that last interval that I took the video was at 4 p.m. So I actually shot from about 8:30 till 4 to complete this project. So let's get it unmasked. I've just done a little touch test. It's dry. So we're going to unmask the car and see how it turned out. All right, guys, we've got her all unmasked again and just did a quick rub down. It's amazing where that dust from the overspray can get to. There's a few areas that I didn't tape off as good as I should, but they'll come off with a little bit of compound, so no big deal. So I have to say I'm pretty happy considering the conditions that I'm spraying in. It is 100% better than it was. There are some work that I need to be done. I mean, like I mentioned about these little dirt nibs here on the tops of the wheel wells. That'll probably be the only area that I sand in this whole engine bay is just the tops of those wheel wells. The rest of it I'm going to call good. Surprisingly, and this may change as I look a little bit more closely at it, I do not see any runs anywhere, which is kind of unbelievable. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty darn happy with that. Got rid of all the discoloration. Again, using the black sealer is the way to go. It's 3 coats of base as mentioned and 3 coats of clear. And yeah, I think we are good now to actually put this back on the chassis. So it's not perfect, and I never really achieve perfection in my restorations. I get to a point where it's good enough for me and I can live with it. That's sort of what I'm going for. My standards are fairly high, but I'm definitely not a perfectionist. But anyway, I'm happy with the results of that. I'm happy that it's done. It was a lot of work, a lot of up and down underneath the car. And again, there's a few areas where I've got so I had some overspray in the channel here that's going to be difficult to clean up, but we'll do our best. I got a clay bar, so we can probably clay bar that down. So again, my taping job was not perfect, so I've still got to work on that, but it's getting better. All right, so we'll call it a day out here, and we will get back here, I don't know, tomorrow, and we'll figure out where we want to go from here. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.